Hi, I'm Deborah Dahab, your expat coach. I help people prepare for a move abroad and help them adjust once they're there. Today, I'm going to share 3 tips that I find very important when we are waiting for paperwork. So if you are applying for a visa or for any kind of authorization to move, and there's a period in time where you have, handed in all the paperwork, you've filled out the forms, and then you're going to start the waiting game. And these tips are going to help you navigate this moment that can be short or they can be long, depending on external factors, and how to manage that. So I'm going to go straight to it. And tip number 1 is really focus on what you can control. There is a video that I posted a while ago. I'll link it here, where I break down like the 3 spheres of control. This is a concept that Stephen Covey created in his book. And I really think that this is a good moment to remember, to remind ourselves of these comments. Basically, it's you cannot control whatever happens to the application once it's sent. Boom, it's sent, the paperwork's done, that's there. So, I mean, it makes no sense to keep wondering and worrying about that. So what can you control? You can control your attitude, you can control your focus, you can control your breathing, you can control your thoughts, even though some people think we can't. With the proper training and methodology, we actually can, or at least try better to do that. And so it's really shifting our focus. And when you find yourself thinking too much about what ifs, if this happens, just focus on what you can control and the next step necessary. Instead of thinking 5 steps ahead, what is the next step necessary? That's the thing you can control. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is shift your attention as much as possible to the things that need to get done in tandem, in parallel while the waiting. So it might be decluttering, it might be saying goodbyes, it might be preparing the new place. Some people like to buy furniture or, do research about furniture and other things in the new place. So do whatever you can to shift your focus and think about what needs to be done, both to release, to say goodbyes, and also to start creating your new life abroad. In this channel, I have tons of videos about how to create a home, how to say goodbyes. So I won't mention this here. You can look, search a little bit in the channel, and you'll find tons of videos on these topics. And finally, tip number 3 has to do with really harnessing the what for. And again, I've mentioned this in other videos. Why is that? Because the waiting game can be a moment when we start second guessing ourselves sometimes. It's hard, we get anxious. Sometimes these are the moments when we start like, oh my God, this is getting real, what am I doing? So this is the perfect time to think again, what am I moving for? Again, I have videos on that. I'll link one up here. What are you moving for? Knowing why we want to move is important, but knowing what we want to move for is crucial. So go back to that concept and really harness that. Tweak it if you have to, because these tips will really help you navigate the waiting game a lot easier. Finally, I would like to share that it's really important to connect with other people and take care of yourself mentally, physically. So if you feel alone in the process, and we sometimes do because we're sometimes too much in our own heads, consider, joining a group. I have the Master You Move program, which is a group coaching program exactly to help people connect during these moments of waiting and applying, and all these moments can be anxiety inducing. So if this is something that resonates with you, because it's really important to share and to get it off our chests, take a look at the link in the description box and You can book a call, a free call with me. We'll talk about what the Master Your Move is, if it resonates with you, and we can see if the program is a good fit for you. Now, I just wanted to share that these tips are super, super important, but they're not exhaustive. So find what you like to do, what self-care is for you. It can be walking, it can be a massage, it can be just taking a break, it can be having tea, it can be playing with a pet, it can be journaling. Whatever works for you to decompress, do it, and do it frequently, because this time can be can bring up a lot of anxiety. So I hope these tips were helpful. That's how you manage the waiting game. And let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear your comments. Subscribe, all that good stuff. And for now, this is all I have. I'll see you next time. Bye.